Hello, hello, and welcome to the Beanstalk Hour. This is our bi-weekly art story time. Welcome, everyone. It is very good to be with you today. If you are just joining right now, send us a little love, little hello, so we know you are around. We don't feel so lonely behind our windows. Um, we are like the Brooklyn Public Library. If you're here, please send us a little sign. We are super excited to be with you this afternoon. We've been hosting, Brooklyn Beanstalk has been hosting art story time since the beginning of the pandemic to stay connected with you. And we are very excited to invite artists every 2 weeks to share like a story, either a classic story or an original story with you, and to stay connected regardless the condition outside our world. So today I'm very excited to have two wonderful artists who joined the Beanstalk Hour with a wonderful story, an original like South African tale from Rene Deetlefs that our friend June Koffi, who is a librarian and like a wonderful visual artist, brought to the Beanstalk Hour today. And another wonderful musician who is here with us, Eleonore Weill, who joined us like to interpret this story with you. So I'm more than excited to have like these two wonderful artists joining the Beanstalk Hour to share like the tale of the day. So let me see if you do have any question or any comments. This is a good moment to send us a comment. And all right. And I'm going to pass it to June, who is going to introduce the story. Disappear from your screen. Stick around, stay with us, and we'll have a little Q&A if you have any questions. We'll be happy to present you these wonderful people just after the story. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. The name of this story is The Song of Six Birds by Rene Deetlefs. And I was drawn to it because I spent some time in Southern Africa. I was in the Peace Corps many years ago, and I really grew to love just the environment, the people there, the nature. And so when I saw this book, I definitely wanted to have it. And I think it's just an excellent story about people and nature. So without any further ado, this is The Song of Six Birds. Lindy lay on her grass mat, sleepily aware of the music of morning as it stole into her ears. Cattle lowed, buckets clanked, goats bleated. Lindy yawned, then blinked her eyes. Next to her, on the smooth, cool floor, lay an African flute, just like the ones in the Wayside store. Mama, she whispered, is this flute for me? Yes, Lindy Way, said her mother with a smile. It is for you, child who loves music.
Il y a un petit souci avec la présentation.
Up jumped Lindy Way. Mama, she cried, a flute is full of music. Just listen. Putting her lips to the flute, she drew a mighty breath and blew. What a shattering noise! The dozing dog started up and howled. The chickens squawked, and the baby screamed with fright. Lindue peered into the dark tunnel of her flute. There was no sign of music there. What is wrong with this flute? Lindue wondered. I must find music for it. So off she went, past two old mamas weaving grass mats, all the way to the river in search of music for her flute. Maham, called a crowned crane, preening himself in the morning sunlight. Crane, begged Lindue, share your trumpet call with me. This flute needs music. Ahem, trumpeted the royal bird. The echo of his call flew into Lindue's flute. Thank you, she shouted, jumping from stone to stone as she crossed the river. Next, she saw a boy herding goats on the other side. Tuk, tucky, tuk, a hornbill called from a rock. Hornbill, said Lindue, do you see my flute? It's new and cannot yet sing like you. Share with me a tucky tuck. The hornbill obliged, and into Lindue's flute fell the bright, round sound. Thank you, hornbill, she cried. Now she went to a dusty path. A woman was hanging blankets on a bush to air. Unseen, a bird sang, doo, 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 doo. Quiet as a mouse, Lindue listened to the soft falling notes. Don't hide from me, rainbird, she whispered. This flute needs a song from you. But the rainbird would not open its beak. So Lindue waited and waited. At last, from among the leaves, the rainbird appeared, holding out her flute Lindiwe quickly caught a do, do, do. Thank you, shy rainbird, she said softly. And suddenly Lindiwe shrieked. A hornet's sting had burned her arm. Off she ran to the village medicine man, who was quietly gathering herbs nearby. Look at my arm, sobbed Lindiwe. And my poor flute. I don't want the sound of sobs inside it. The wise old man smiled, laying a cool herb leaf on her throbbing arm. But a flute should sometimes sob, he said. Ask the hoopoe. Lindiwe turned and saw the hoopoe, searching the ground for insects. Raising and lowering his crest, he called, hoo, hoo, the notes catching in his throat like the sound of quiet crying. Linda wiped away her tears. Hoopoe, please share your song with me. Whoop, whoop, he called again. Linda smiled. The mellow song was safely in her flute. On the edge of the village, Linda stood aside for an old man riding his bicycle. A jar heavy with honey was balanced on his carrier. Following him was a paradise flycatcher. Wee, wee, oh, wee, wee. The tiny ripple of sound settled on the tip of Lindue's flute. Now the sun hung low, and Lindue's shadow was long. Just before the sunset, a wood owl called, woohoo, woohoo. Linda caught the sound in her flute. She peered into it, and a smile spread slowly over her face. The song of 6 birds filled it. Linda hurried home, followed by the 6 birds. They all made music while she ran. Their joyous sounds carried through the village, calling everyone to join in the fun. Humming and swaying to the music, the 2 old mamas left their loom. Then the boy and his goats came along. The one with the blankets whistled and skipped. Prancing and chanting came the medicine man. And then, dancing like he used to long ago, came the old man with the bicycle. Linda's mother, hearing all the jolly sounds, smiled proudly. Here, my child of music, I have made my special stew so everyone can join in a feast. Now eating, now singing, now dancing. The happy party lasted long into the night. The air was filled with the music of Lindiwe's flute and the song of six birds.
All right. Wow. Big, big, big thank you. Thank you. What a wonderful tale. Like what a wonderful collaboration as well between like Eleonore and June. Sorry for the difficult start, with the beginning of the tale, but that was such a wonderful, wonderful tale. And I'm very impressed by the amount of gorgeous work that like June has been bringing. Um, in illustrating this tale, like literally like within the last week. We discussed about like these the Beanstalk Hour, and that was basically like kind of a challenge to come up with the illustration of like this wonderful story, and having like also like Eleanor like coming and like illustrating like this tale with such a so much talent. So a big big thank you. June, would you like to tell us, share a little bit more about what has been like the process of of creating like a illustration for this story? Could you let us a little bit more about this story for you?
Yes. So, like I said, I had spent time in Southern Africa, and when I saw this book, it really drew me in. And I also just started a bird drawing class, an online bird drawing class. So um, I thought, well, this would be perfect, um, just to put all of that together. And I have experience drawing portraits. That's what I primarily do and primarily have studied. Um, but doing like a whole scene, a whole scene of a story was something new.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like the challenge of doing it.
Mm-hmm. That was a very very impressive work that you came up with. Like it was so lively, and like the at the same time like the liveliness of like the birds and the portrait of the characters as well was like very very amazing. And
A
I know.
lot of reference I used was actually photographs from that I took when I was in Botswana. I still
Mm,
have all the photographs, so I used a lot of those as reference for like
mm,
the herd boy and just different other scenes.
mm. All right. And would you for our young children, or like our people who like our audience who is watching us right now, is there something you would like to share, June, about like what about the drawing, about drawing a story, like you're drawing from like a observation, or like what is what does it bring uh, to you, like to be in the process of creating or drawing? How does it
Um,
unfold?
well, I mean, I usually carry a sketchbook all the time,
Yeah.
so it's always observing people,
Mm-hmm.
and it just really helps when you have to start composing a scene. It helps because you have like a visual memory.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just say just to always carry a sketchbook and to just draw everything that you see.
Mm. Yes, fantastic. It was such a like very an amazing pleasure and privilege to have you participating. And do you want to share? Like I know, like some of you like probably know you as also like a librarian of
Right, right.
a librarian of the public library. So like you must have like a lot of friends watching you and see like
Yeah,
a amazing artistic place like
everybody.
today. So happy to present you also as an artist, like
Yeah.
among like our friend from the public library.
Well, the
Um,
children's wing is one of my favorite places. And just the books that they have there are amazing, and the help that they give patrons and everyone is just amazing.
and you were also mentioning like how much like children literature is like a literature that you're really passionate about.
Hmm. Yeah, very much so.
Yes, yes, yes. And I want to take this time also to introduce like our second guest, like a musician guest, Eleonore, who is a fantastic uh, singer, musician, band leader, and instructor as well. We've been working on numerous projects together, and when I saw like the project, like the tale that June was bringing to the Beanstalk Hour, it was like, oh my God, this is definitely a tale that Eleonore could absolutely uh, give like like a musical perspective. So thank you so much, Eleonore, to join us on the Beanstalk Hour. And Eleonore, would you like to share a little bit about I mean, you're definitely a great musician and composer, and have been working a lot of also on folk music, like music from like all different type of tradition, and as well as improvisation. Would you like to share a little bit about the experience of like what it is to give a musical interpretation of a story, or about your musical background?
Yes, thank you. Hi, and thank you. Such a pleasure. And yeah, I love I think playing um, under a tale. Storytelling is like definitely one of my favorite, and yeah, improvising and um, all those flute. I love what I love about the flute, the recorders, because they're actually recorder, right? Like it's not a metal flute, but is that you can find. I mean, it's the oldest instrument, right? I think that we know of, like prehistoric time even, and there is a flute in any region of the world. There's a kind of recorder. So unfortunately, I haven't been to South Africa or don't know. I have friends from there, and I tried to. It was very last minute, so I wanted to like I tried at the end to bring a traditional melody from there, but I apologize for the one. I mean, for that was just an attempt of a melody at the end that is a traditional South African thing. But but yeah, they all have such a different character. It's like having different friends, different people, and that's what I feel is the beauty in the world. And to be able to to share that is a pleasure. And so yeah, and I had the process is like this tale is such a perfect story with all those birds, and they all have different sound. Like we speak different language, and we have different kind of voice. Also, even everyone is unique in that way, which is such an amazing thing. Like we all have this gorgeous gift of uh, a sound. We make sound, and even if you don't have a voice, you can make other sound like drum and or like anything. We all made of sound, and so I love like under yeah, like it's always like I think it's just cultivating. I think maybe for you too, Stephanie, who is your work as an artist, and uh, and June also as an illustrator. It's just like of course you need some practice, like all the thing you need, as you say, you bring a sketch, like you bring some paper everywhere, that also you practice and you do it again and again and over. But then it's the playfulness that I love about it, and the collaboration with other things. Yeah, how it how it melts
Yes.
together. It's like a nice recipe. Like you, if you do just one, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
one ingredient alone, flour or I don't know, water. I mean, it's nice, it's okay, but it doesn't taste that good. But if you mix it together and you do really like a good dose of everything, then you have a delicious cake or something, or delicious dish. So yeah, that's it.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. And get inspiration from everything you hear, you see. Like inspiration is everywhere around you, like wherever you are. I love like that part as well, right? Like how you can be inspired by if even like the truck passing like the street, or you like or the water running through the sink, like anything around you is a source of inspiration. And then as you mentioned, like when you collaborate, when you start to collaborate, when you start to go from visual to hearing, you start to have like the like a story. You are able to share a story and make it, give it life, and make it joyful. So I'm super excited to have like both of you, and participating to the Beanstalk Hour today in such a short time. It's uh, it's like a real pleasure. Thank you so much for all of you who are here and following us today. I would love to share a little bit like with you like how to find more work on June and Eleonore. Eleonore like is also like an instructor, music instructor, and she's been also teaching children like music, how to play piano, recorder, and a lot of other instruments as well. So like if you'd like to also contact like Eleonore uh, and get to know what like meet no know about her art and instruction, please reach out. June, follow the work of June, who is a wonderful like visual artist, and you can see more of her work on Instagram at Coffee June. Like, please follow her, and we definitely hope like to have like to have her back on a Beanstalk Hour to share like further. I know she was inspired from another work as well on co-op. So we hope like to bring you back, June, for further stories as well. And let me let me find. Yeah, yes, and find Eleonore like on our website as well. You can follow her, eleonoreweill.com, and follow her also like her work on Instagram, Eleonore Weill. So please reach us like if you have like more question to ask to the artist. Um, we are also a collective of artists. Broken Beanstalk has been offering like art and language program for over 10 years to children in Brooklyn and beyond. So this fall, we are not just online. We provide you like online and in-person program. You can find us in the park this fall with Circus in the Park. We're teaching like 3 classes for 7 to 10 years old, like in Brooklyn Parks on 3 different days. So find out about Circus in the Park and like classes. We do also have some language class. We have some French classes happening also in the park this fall for 6 to 10 years old, and an online class as well for our budding journalists, bilingual budding journalists, like led by a native French journalist as well, the Club des Petits Reporters. We also have like a puppet and tell the class, like if you'd like to share more stories, make your own story, if you get inspired by this program as well, come and join us at the Roots Cafe in Park Slope, and we'll make puppets and stories together on Wednesdays afternoon at 4:30 p.m. So if you want to find more about us, you will find us at the Broken Beanstalk. You can also follow like all the programs that we've been doing on our YouTube channel. And this is definitely a work of love. So if you enjoy what we're offering you, please support us. Like we have even more Broken Beanstalk, and we share that with the artists. So thank you again so much to June and to Eleonore for joining this afternoon. I'm like very, very excited. And
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
wonderful, wonderful. Thank you
Yes,
again.
thank you.
And we hope to see all of you in a couple of weeks on a Wednesday afternoon for the Beanstalk Hour. Thank you. À bientôt.
Au revoir.